You're watching Let's Chat.
Today wraps up the month of May. Tomorrow begins the month of June. Summertime is here, but unfortunately, so are the 100 deadliest days of summer. Here to talk more about that, our friends Warren and Griffin, C. Mark Warren and John Mark Griffin. Guys, good morning. Great to see you all
Good
again.
morning, Chip. How you doing,
As
man?
always, the 100 deadliest days of summer. Exactly what does this mean?
Well, from Memorial Day to Labor Day, you see an uptick in teenage crashes involving vehicles. They're a 26% increase because they're on the road more. They're driving their friends around more. The windows are put down, the radio's
Cranked up.
and so they're more likely to be distracted during these 100 deadliest days. And so as a parent, you want to know that this time frame is very important. It's a good time to sit down with your teenage driver and remind them about the rules of the road.
And shockingly, Chuck, I mean, Chip, about
Chuck's out the
Chuck
hall,
just
but I'll
left,
be happy to go get him
So-
if you
so,
like.
yeah. Shockingly, Chip, is when we focus on distracted driving, 15% of these teen crashes are caused by things other than texting and driving. We're talking to your friend, not paying attention to the road, sharing video, taking photographs, looking at Facebook or
Right.
Instagram. 12% are from the pure driver actually being distracted by their own phone.
One thing that the three of us have talked about before on these airwaves is there comes a time where you got to stop being the friend to your children. You
Right.
got to be the parent. And if it involves being a strict parent or even a harsh disciplinarian, you've got to do that. Their lives are at stake.
Number one, be a good example. Do not speed, wear your seatbelt, and never text and drive. Number one, be a good example. Speeding deaths are up.
Sure.
I mean, we set a record last year in speeding deaths. People are speeding more and more. People are not wearing their seatbelts like they used to. So please, be a good example. Also understand as a parent, the more passengers you have in your teen's car, the more likely you're going to have a wreck. All right, so limit the number of passengers in your teen's car. Instead of a carload of 4 teenagers, how about the driver and a passenger?
Right.
And put down a rule that no more than 2 in a car, because that really does increase the level of crashes, because my theory is that if you're not driving, someone else might be on the phone showing you a cute video, look at here, and you glance down, look at here.
And even if the drivers are paying strict attention, they can't help but be distracted by the laughter that's going on in the back seat, by the, hey, look at this.
Exactly.
It's just human nature.
Chip, this is such an important thing we need to address as we start every year in April, Distracted Driving Month. We do it all year long, but we focus in April, the Distracted Driving Month, as we move into May, move into Memorial Day, the 100 deadly days of summer. I mean, this is when parents should really be focusing on, you're putting your kids out in a car during the summertime, going to the lake, going to the pool. Really and truly, that's a big thing, is the parenting, as you bring up, is we have to focus on that as well.
And I think it also is important to point out, not just limit the number of passengers in the car, kind of need to set limits on where that car can go.
Right. Now, and there's GPS trackers that you can have on someone's phone to find out where they are and how fast they're going. I mean, a lot of insurance companies now have rate brakes
Right.
if you put that on your car. They actually track if they're stopping at stop signs, if they're going over the speed limit. That might be a good idea as well.
All right, we have less than 2 minutes, far less as a matter of fact. Sum it up for us. What can we as parents, as concerned citizens do to bring this number down? 250 teenagers are killed every month in car crashes during summer.
First, be a good example. Buckle your seatbelt. Don't use your phone as the parent driving the vehicle when your children are with you. Secondly, make certain that your children are following that example. So it starts with the parent. Not only do we tell them, don't text and drive, don't use your phone while you're driving, be that example.
And when you read in a paper that a teen has lost their life in a vehicle accident, put yourself in that parent's shoes and picture yourself reading that article in the paper where instead of it's Johnny Sue across town, it's Hank Warren at my household.
Sure.
That will motivate you to be proactive.
Because remember this, it's not only the teenagers that are driving, they're also the group that's most responsible for injuring others on the roadway.
Right.
Pedestrians, other drivers, The other kids in their car, they're the highest group that cause those crashes as well.
It is certainly something that we can help control to some degree, but it's got to be a group effort. All members of the family, either immediate or extended, we've all got to chip in and do this together. See, Mark, John, Mark, good to see you both. We got to run. They've got an entire treasure trove of a library on how to make your teen driver safer. Check them out, warrenandgriffin.com, warrenandgriffin.com. We'll see you tomorrow at 10.
Thanks, Chip.